What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, coming back at you tonight to continue our lake breakdown series for Lake Livingston. This will be our third video now. After this one, we're going to switch over to the web app, not web app, but the Navionics mobile app, and talk to you guys about the offshore hotspots. So this will be the last Google Earth video. Before we do that, I found some good stuff. Let's go. Welcome back to Lake Livingston. Here we're taking a look at the lake via Google Earth, and if you missed the first couple videos, I'll just show it to you on the left side really quick how we have this lake broken down. So first off, we've got channels and ditches. That's going to be all these tracks that you see, these green tracks. That is the main river channel coming through here. These are all creek channels. Some of them are ditches as well. Comes in really handy when you have the card and you're trying to figure out exactly where that channel is. This is all done by the satellite imagery, so it tells you exactly where those ditches and those creeks are. And as you know, those can be some really good areas to go fish around. And we have them all over the lake here. You can see them just kind of scattered around. There's also a lot of laydowns. There's probably more laydowns that I was able to mark, but a lot of laydown, a lot of debris, a lot of stumps, things like that. So you see all of those marked here, some sea walls as well. Just some things to go take a look at. Pretty, similar things that you could kind of pattern yourself around. And then we also have the Texas Park and Wildlife fish attractors that are out here. So I've imported all of those in. You can see all of them here in the lake. We talked about all of these in the last couple of videos, and I think the only one we have left is just that D1 for tonight. We also have offshore hotspots. Now these offshore hotspots, basically what we're going to do is when we get done with the Google Earth video, we're going to go out and use the Navionics mobile app and show you why I feel these are offshore hotspots. And what I mean by offshore hotspots is it's off the bank, and there's a reason why I want you to fish here. My guess is here, this is probably a point of some sort. There might be a drop off here, but we'll go look at it through Navionics and really be able to tell by looking at the contour lines. And then moving on down, I've marked all of the ramps. If you guys have ever watched any of my lake breakdowns, especially here in North Texas, I'm sure it works all over, but I know for sure it works here in North Texas because we have the muddy bottom lakes. The ramps are actually pretty much act as if they're rocks. So you guys know what rocks and you guys know bass, and they both go very well together. So you can actually get on some pretty cool little patterns just fishing ramps. So definitely try that out sometime, see what you think. It's actually a really good pattern for me when I fish a lake here that's close to town, Lake Levon. Doesn't have a lot of cover or anything like that, but it has a lot of ramps, or not a lot of ramps, but a handful of ramps, and those ramps almost always have fish on them. All right, and then last but not least, we've got rock. This could be shallow rock, little rock piles we saw with the water drawn down, all kinds of good stuff. We'll go through it tonight and talk about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and select all of these again. I'm gonna take off the offshore hotspots, and then what I'm gonna do up here is I'm going to take our view and I'm gonna take this sidebar off. And then we're gonna go up here to the top, and where we finished last time is we finished right up here. So we talked about all of this on the second video. We talked about all this area in here, and we actually finished right around here. We talked about these brush piles being out here. Not sure if we talked about this one right here, but we definitely talked about all of this. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna scoot on down to south of the river, and we're gonna start right here on the western edge and work our way all the way back down to the dam. So as we go up here, first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna go up here to the timeline and we're gonna draw this back. So we're gonna draw it back to where we can get at least some decent imagery. Now, you never know what we're gonna get. We're gonna keep moving this back. There's a pretty good image there. 2017's not good. Looks like this area has rock that we're looking at, as I'm looking for a good date here. But it looks like this area has rock, but it also looks like, there we go. Also looks like it has an area here where stuff washes up. So maybe a good opportunity for flipping and stuff like that, but there is some rock right there in that area. So you can see here the lake is drawn down. So now we're gonna be able to pretty much see anything on the bank that we can, that would be exposed. There's a little bit of shallow rock here as well. These little points, you know, you can just come over here and just scan these little points and just see. Sometimes they'll collect up on these points, especially if there's stumps, like maybe in this area. They could collect right in here. This looks like there could be some kind of debris or in here, or maybe even a little ledge right there. It's kind of hard to tell when the water's down, but definitely could be a nice little area to go take a look at. Nice little flat right there as well. You got a laydown that's over here. You got more laydowns here. And then this one, I just wanted you to check it. It looks like you got these giant pipes that come out. And I don't know how far these pipes go, but you'll definitely want to fish around those pipes. Now this is 2011, right? The water's way drawn down. So if you're out there today and you go out there, say in 2022, it's, you know, it's pretty far off the bank and it doesn't look anything like it's going to look when we're doing this breakdown back from 2011 when the water was way low. So let's go ahead and take it back down and let's see what else we could find. So this here looks like shaky head heaven. I would definitely come up here on this point. Let me back up and show you where I'm at. So we went south of the river. We're on this west side, and that rock would be, now I just lost my rock that I was on. That rock is going to be right around in, there's the laydowns. There's our rock, and the rock's going to be right there, right off these points. So come out here, get off these points, throw a shaky head out there with a worm or a brush hog or something like that. Pop it around those rocks. I guarantee you're going to catch some fish. That's a really good area right there. And then as you go down, you've got a laydowns here. I don't know if I'd mess with that, but you do have some more rocks that are over here off this point. So you've got two pretty good little points here you could fish. Plus you have that pipeline. That looks like a pretty good area to go take a look at. Kind of a high percentage area that you're probably going to find something there. Moving on down, just some shallow bank line. Got some laydowns there. Got a boat ramp. Couple more laydowns to look at. You got a decent little creek channel that comes through here. Obviously it doesn't look like anything right now, but when I push the water up, you'll be able to see it. So maybe go back there in the springtime, especially in these two little areas. These could be pretty good looking areas to go look at in the spring for sure. Depends on the water clarity too. If it's really muddy, I don't know if I'd mess with it, but if it's not that muddy, you know, it still stays fairly clear and clean. These could be some pretty good little pockets to go look at. All right, so let's keep moving around. See what else we can find. Some more laydowns in here. I'm just going to zoom past those. But when you get out here off of this point, notice the rock or the riprap or something. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of it right in here. I'm just going to call it rock. So a lot of good rock all around this point. So this point's going to be money to go up there and get with shallow square bills, things like that. Depending on how deep this rock gets too, you could even go out there and throw shaky heads and things like that around there. Definitely going to be a productive point. Sets up well. Just really good looking area. Now as we move down here, we're just south of the power lines now. Just some more shallow rock that's up in here. You got some more debris over in this area. And then really when you come down here, I like this too, this point right here with this rock right here. Another good spot to look at. High percentage area, main leg point with rock. You can't go wrong. You got some more laydowns and stuff over here as well. Some more additional rock back there, some more laydowns. You could really fish this point right here and then come over and fish this area pretty much the same way you fish that point. And that puts you on some pretty good little spots right there. Some pretty nice little rocky spots. Got some more debris back in here. If I raise it up, you'll see it from 2011 to the 2015 that I was looking at. But there's some additional debris in there. Some more laydowns. When you get out here, you think, oh man, look at all that rock, but that's not rock. Those are just birds. But there could be something right here underneath this little collection of birds. Notice how it breaks off right here? Maybe that could be rocks or something like that. If not, this could still be a really good offshore spot because it's a nice flat point that comes out. So fall time, or pre-spawn time, that can be a really good point to go look at. They'll just get up there and chase bait and you can really get on top of them there. Now, I did not notice this over here. Looks like there may be another spot. That could just be the shadow from those birds. But go over here to this point and just do some scanning. Just scan around this whole little area right in here and just see what you find. If you don't have the electronics to go and scan for it, just go up here, figure out your depth, and just cover that whole little flat point right there and just see if you can pick something up in that little area. All right, let's keep moving on down. Some more shallow rock here, just around this little point. And then down here, you've got your Texas Park and Wildlife Fish Attractor. Those are always worth checking out. Even if you're a bass fisher, and I know most of you guys are gonna say, hey, that's for crappie, but if there's crappie there, there's bass there, go check them out. We've caught plenty of fish off those fish attractors. Some more laydowns up in there, some more over here in this area. And then when we get back into this spot, we've got a creek that comes up through here. So I've just kind of marked that little creek channel. Now, obviously it looks completely different again with the water down. If we move the water back up, you'll see that that creek channel is not so obvious. So this again might be a good place to look in the spring, even up in here too, in this little pocket. All right, let's draw that back to 2011 and let's keep going. There was something here that I wanted you to check. I don't know what year I was on when I found that. Let's see if I can move that up. But there was something there that drew my attention that I wanted you to, oh, there it is right there. You can see it right here. I don't know what this is. This is a brush pile that's out there or what it is, but definitely go check it out. If I draw it down to 2011, it must not have been there in 2011 because I can't see it now. But anyways, go look at it. And then we're gonna keep moving on. Now, as you go down this bank line right here, there's lots of little shallow rocky areas. So I've just marked them all right here and you can see them. Now this right here though, this could be fairly deep. Notice how it looks like it drops, almost looks like there's a bluff there. That could be a creek channel swinging into there. There's really no telling, but it's definitely a deeper area with some really good rocks. So this area right in here, I would spend some time taking a look at that for sure. And I don't know, does that guy have a green in his backyard? He does, unless that's a golf course. Maybe it is a golf course, don't know. Oh, it is a golf course. I thought it was somebody's backyard. All right, so let's keep moving on. See what else we can find up here. Again, nice little cut right here. So spend some time right there. Let me back out. There's the power lines, just down, basically straight south down the power lines. Right in this little area, looks good. Let's keep moving up, see what else we can find. Just more laydowns to take a look at. Another area I wanted you to check. I won't make you guys dizzy by moving the dates back and forth. And now we pretty much lose that great image that we have. And now we got to go back and find a new image. So let's move this. Let's increase that a little bit. See if we can't get, that'll work. I guess that'll work for now. So we've got additional rock right in here. Some more rock off that point, and then rock over here behind these little docks. So spend some time fishing the docks, but don't be scared to go back here and check around these little areas right here. This spot right here looks good, and that point looks good too. So let's move on around. There's also some more birds right in here. Anytime you see those birds, makes you kind of wonder what's going on there. Notice how it's a little bit darker there. It wasn't anything that I could mark because I can't necessarily see anything, and there could be nothing there at all. It could just be the shadow from the birds. But while you're over there, go look at that little point and see if there's anything over there that those birds are being attracted to, because typically the birds are attracted to the bait fish, and so the bait fish must be attracted to something there as well. So let's keep moving up. Let's see what else we find. It says there's a laydown here, so we've got to have a better image than what we're looking at today. So I'm going to draw this back and see if we can get a better image here. This is the trick with this one. There you go. You see a little bit of the laydown there. Again, there's probably a lot of those laydowns as you go through here. You can see one here. There's another big one here. Some bigger ones all along this bank line. So my guess is if we drew the water down, there's probably a whole bunch of laydowns down through this whole bank line right here as you go down this stretch. All right, so this is where we are. We're just north of the dam. Let's go in here to this little pocket, see what we can find in here. Just more laydowns. I won't zoom into them and wear you out. Did want you guys to check this little area in here. I can't tell what it is. Just looks like debris or something, but it looks like it could be like an old debris from a dock. So maybe there's some old dock pillars there you could fish, things like that. More laydowns there in that area. Debris back in the pocket there. And as you come over here and you get just left of this dock that's right here, there's a nice little fence line that comes in here. So be careful with your boat because you'll definitely scratch up the fiberglass and stuff like that. But those fences, it's like every time I find a fence, if I fish the very outside post, that's the best place to fish. And it almost always has the biggest fish. So just start on the outside post, fish that first, then fish the entire fence line after that and see what you can find. Some shallow rock that's up here as well. A little ramp that's hidden up there. This is a neat little creek that comes through here. You've got this creek that comes up this side. If you're out there on the water, you might not even realize that that's an opening that lets you get back in there, but there's a little creek channel. Also had some stuff back here I wanted you guys to check. I don't know if these are fish attractors or what they are. See these little posts that are here? Could be old duck blinds maybe. Have no idea, but those are always good things to check, especially when you're back up here in the shallow stuff. Another creek channel here as well. This really looks like a good area to look in the spring. So definitely go back up there in the springtime, see what you can find. Another ramp down there, a couple more laydowns, another good little creek channel comes through here too. So you've got some pretty good shallower water up here, but you've also got a nice little creek channel coming through here, and you've got a good one down here as well. More laydowns in there. And then as we come up here, we get more towards this point. We got debris that's all back in here that's all basically just pushed up laydowns and junk like that. And then you always want to check these little spots right here, like see where this looks like an old boat ramp maybe. I'm not sure what it is, but it's got a break in the wall. They like to set up on those corners, so definitely fish around the corners. All right, so I'm going to move on over. I'm going to pull this back a little bit, show you where I'm at. So we're just north of the bridge. I don't know if we'll make it or not. That's a long ways to go, but we're going to keep trucking and see what we can do. We're on about 15 minutes already, and we're not supposed to go to past about 25. So we'll see what we can get. We got a pipe down here. We got a boat ramp down there. More debris back here. This looks like a busted dock as well. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. Just more laydowns and debris. Just more stuff I wanted you to check as we come down here. This, can't tell what this is, but it's definitely, there's definitely something there, and it's kind of isolated, so I like that. So I'd look at that. It's just north of that Holiday Village boat ramp. You've got a nice little ditch in here. This looks like it may be an old pond, and you could fish up in here. Now this debris might block you from getting in here, but you got some pretty good laydowns and a nice little pinch point here to this cove or pond or whatever it is, but that could be a nice little spot to look at. As you get out here, you guys always know, fish around these bridges. Anytime you can fish around get around the bridge and it's got rock or anything like that, fish around it. You got a ramp there too. Some more debris, maybe like an old pond or something that's back here. Let's see what that actually looks like in 2020. I guess it doesn't really get much better. So we'll go back to 2019 and keep on moving. So as we move further down to this spot, we've also got some additional areas I just wanted you to check right in here. Excuse me. We've also got debris down in this area. Another ramp. Actually, a couple different ramps there. More laydowns, more ramps, lots of more laydowns and debris. Just stuff I wanted you to check. Let's see if we see anything really cool in here. This is pretty cool right in here. When you get really close to this highway, one, you've got this riprap that'll be right in there that they'll probably be attracted to. But whatever this is, you could come up here and you could flip around this and probably catch some stuff off those posts. There's some rock back in there. Looks like it's all dug out right in here. Maybe this was an old boat dock or marina at one time. I can't tell what it is, but it just looks like something the fish are going to be attracted to with all those posts being there. Now, as you come down here, you can just basically go down that bank line. I guess it's not a marina because it's the same thing. As you come over here, you start to see it. There's a little bit of a wall. Thought that was a wall right there, but there is definitely a little wall right here. So you can flip all this stuff and it goes all the way down. You know what that is? It's an old break wall, I think. Maybe those are old break walls that are destroyed. But anyways, fish them. Fish them because they look good to fish. We're going to move on down. We've got more ramps, more debris. And then as we go down through here, we've also got some additional stuff right in here. So you've got this ramp back in here, but if you come over here, fish around the edge of this where the opening is, but also come over here and fish this side. You've got some rock that's all along the seawall. Anytime you get the rock and the seawall together, that's usually a good combination. So I'm going to pull back right here to show you where I'm at. We're just south of the bridge. We're going to try to finish this thing. I think we're going to make it. So let's keep going and let's move on down. Got another ramp that's in here, some good rock that's around that ramp. These are all just shallow little rock areas in here, and you can really just pull up, fish little rocky areas and bail out, unless you just want to fish all the docks. But if you were on that rock pattern, you can literally just hop to all these different areas that show rock. You've got some more right in here. I mean, this is that shallow square bill. It'll take you 2 or 3 minutes to fish that spot, and then you move on to the next one. It's really quick fishing. You've got some ramps in here too, Some more laydowns back in there. You've actually probably got quite a few laydowns right through here. I just put laydowns because there's so many right here off this point. So you could pull in here, nice little secondary point. You could pull in here and just fish around this point right here in this area. All right, let's move over here, see what else we've got. Again, some more shallow rock, some laydowns. This looks pretty shallow back in here. We're gonna keep moving down. When you get over here by this ramp, this ramp looks very worthy of fishing. One, if you look at it, obviously you got the boat ramp, but you've got all that rock, all that rock that is right there around the ramp. Lake Livingston's getting me choked up. All right, let's keep moving down. We've got rocks, more rocks, shallower rock like along that seawall. Let me pull in here and show you guys. Now, I don't know if that's rock or just debris, but anytime it gets broken up like that, it looks like the concrete just broke up. But that could be really good to fish around. Just fishing on the inside, right there, right where it's marked. You got some more rock in here. We get back in here, you've got a little channel that comes back here. Obviously, when the water's up, it's going to look a lot different. If I draw that back to 2017, you'll see what it would normally look like. And then you got this shallow rock that's up here too, and it looks like we've got a pipe that's over there. So let's go back up, see if we can look at that pipe. There's that pipe that comes through there. And too, it looks like I may have missed it, but it looks like there's some brush just outside of this dock. So just come up here, fish around this rock that's around this point, fish that pipe, and then as you're fishing the pipe, scan right over here and see what you can find right here. That could be a brush pile right there. That's almost a perfect spot for it to be just outside of that dock. So definitely go look at that. All right, let's keep moving down. We are now at the Point Blank public boat launch. So if you're wondering where I'm at on the map, that's where we are. Let's go ahead and start there and move down. We got the boat ramp there. We got all this shallow rock again, more shallow rock, pretty much from here all the way up to here. So just that whole area looking pretty good. And then here's that old seawall or whatever the heck this stuff is, but here it is again. So if that worked up top, when we found that stuff up top, we found a little section of it earlier. I don't even know where we were, but we were somewhere up there. We found it earlier. If you can take that, and if that works up there, then zoom down here real quick, get on this one and do the same thing. Just go and just flip around each one of those little poles that are over there. Okay, let's keep going, see what else we can find. We got some shallower rock down in here. Again, good shaky head, square bills, things like that. Some really good rock in there, some shallow rock in here too. And then we're gonna move on. We've got a creek that comes through here, this big spring creek. And as it comes through here, it washes out right here at the opening. You could fish around the opening here at times of the year and probably have some success. So you always wanna go look there and just see if there's anything there. Another little ditch coming through here. Some shallow rock back in this little pocket. Not a lot, but just a little bit down there around that seawall. Then we're gonna move down. We've also got a boat ramp in here in this area. And then some more laydowns, some stuff I wanted you to check, just debris, things like that. More ramps. Nice little ditch back here. Let's show you this thing real quick. Now, I have no idea what this would look like now. Let's draw the water up. Well, that's a great image. There we go, with the water up, you may have a nice little ditch right in here that they could collect to. So go back there and look at it. Again, it might not be anything at all. Here's an image from 2016, but it's kind of bad. There's really not a lot of, let's see if I can get back to 20. Nope, I thought maybe it was gonna be nice to me. Let me get back. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but as I was moving through there, when I got to 2017, I think it was, there we go. Looks like there may be some brush right here outside of this dock that's right here. So if you can find that dock, it's right there by Highway 156. It appears that there's a big tree that someone has put right there outside of that little fishing pier. All right, let's keep going. See what else we can find. Got ramps, we got more debris that's out here. Is this the same thing, one of those old seawalls, or is this something else? Hard to tell what that is, but you can see it as it comes through here. So go over here, same type thing, it's those posts, definitely fish it. If not, just figure out what it is and fish around it. I'm sure it will collect some fish there. Looks like an old boat ramp there as well. So just some stuff to go take a look at. Some more shallower rock all in here. Definitely shallow stuff, but could be good fall time fishing. when you get up on that main lake, shallow rock. That can be good stuff. We got laydowns through here, more rock back here behind the docks that are back in here. So if I zoom in, you'll see it. Really good chunk rock right there in that area. So fish the docks, definitely fish that seawall. Look at that seawall. Look at all that big chunky rock all around the seawall. That's the kind of stuff we like to see. All right, let's keep moving down, see what else we can find in here. We've got another boat ramp, more shallow rock by the seawall. Not all these seawalls are gonna have this rock by them, but man, when you find it, I'm telling you, there'll be a fish on it almost every single time when you can find the rock and the seawall together, unless the whole entire lake's like that, but that's usually not the case. Moving on up here, we've got rock in these areas too. Now you can't tell in this image that there's even rock there, so there must have been a better image that we found. Let's go back here and look at 2012. Now you can kind of see it, just a little bit of riprap right here off the edge of this point, and then back behind these docks, you've got some shallow riprap too that you could get up in and probably have some success back there. Another ramp back in there. We're getting close, guys. We're almost there. We've got about 10 more spots to look at, and we'll finish up Livingston on the Google Earth side. Let's see what else we can find down here. We're over here by Highway 224 where that little bridge is. We got some debris that's out here. Now I can't see it on this image. Let's see if I can draw this up. There's 2016. I have no idea what that is. Maybe that could be a swim area. And I think it threw me off, and I made sure I said that it was debris, or unless I got a different image. But go over there. If that is the swim area, let's just go ahead and delete it now, because I think that's what it is, the swim area, and it threw me off when I was doing the marks. So we'll skip that one. Don't fish the swim area. That's not a good idea. Let's go over here. There's a boat ramp over here. We've got some more laydowns out here. I'm not getting a good image here anymore. We've got some stumps that are over here though. So if we come over here, this is just south of that Wolf Creek Marina and Store, but this boat dock right here has some really good stumps right behind it that you could fish. So all this area right in here. And then I'm gonna pull back, see what else we can find. More shallow rock, a boat ramp hidden way back in there. We're gonna swing back around. Now we're pretty much almost to the finish line. We've got the marina back there. Behind that marina, you've got some shallow riprap right in here. We've also got another boat ramp. You could go back there and fish. And then when you swing here, you got a really nice little creek channel that comes in here. This must be Indian Creek. There's Indian Creek Marina. So here's your little creek channel. These little areas can be really fun to fish, go around, flip the flooded brush, stuff like that. Can always be a good time. You got a boat ramp there, more rock, shallow rock that's up here in this area. Then you got another ramp that's over there. And then I believe we're down to one of the last sections. We got a little creek channel there. We're gonna get south of the Hughes campground. We're down here by the dam. Just a couple laydowns there to look at, a boat ramp. I didn't see too much down there. Another boat ramp. But the area that I would focus a lot on would be right here in this very last, I guess, southwest corner of the lake. When you come down here, you've got good seawalls. You've probably got pretty good depth. You've got really good rock all along this whole seawall. And I like it because it's more main lake facing, so just this whole area right in here. And then as you come down here, you got a ramp, and then you got more riprap all along here that you could fish. And then of course, anytime you're struggling, or if you can't find any fish, just go to the dam. When you go to the dam, you usually, on most of the dams, you'll find this riprap, and that riprap will hold fish, and you can just almost guarantee that you can get at least a few bites there. And so while you're down there, the last place to look at would be this Texas Park and Wildlife Fish Attractor, C5. So go look at that, scan around it, see what you can find. A lot of times we'll have some success just throwing drop shots and stuff like that around the Texas Park and Wildlife Fish Attractors. So that wraps us up for Lake Livingston. Sorry for all the coughing and stuff going on. Not sure what's going on, but hopefully you guys still got what you needed from the video. I will be back on the next video with Navionics mobile app to talk to you guys about the offshore hotspots for this lake, and that will wrap us up for Lake Livingston. If you haven't done it yet, go out, check out our website, simplisticfishing.com. We've got this lake plus many other lakes throughout Texas, almost every single one of them. And we extend out to Alabama, Tennessee, Arizona. We're all over the place. Go take a look at it, simplisticfishing.com. You can get all these waypoints put on your graph just from a simple SD card. Till next time, guys, I hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.